Hey everybody, I'm Verna from Stampin' Notes, and it is Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. And yesterday I showed you how to make this fun horizontal vertical tunnel card using the In the Grove bundle. And it opens like this. It has this beautiful die cut scene in the middle. And today I wanted to show you how to make this one. This is using the same In the Grove bundle with the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper, which is what I used yesterday. I'm going to show you how to create this scene on a piece of basic white cardstock. And when you open it, it has a verse. This is a sympathy card. And then there's lots of space to write, or you could put designer series paper here if you wanted to. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how to create this card. If you order with me this week and your order is $35 or more and you use my host code at checkout, I will send you the kids to make 2 of each of these tunnel cards, and you will need the In the Grove bundle to do the die cut and the stamping. I will send you any die cuts that are not in that bundle, such as the stylish shapes circle here. And I will send you all the pieces, the cardstock, and everything that you need to make the card. So I'm going to go ahead now and show you how to make this awesome card. So the first thing we're going to do is, and if you're on here, say hi, tell me where you're from. I always love to see who's watching and chat, and that's always fun. So the In the Grove bundle has these beautiful dies here. There is a coyote or wolf, a little chipmunk or squirrel, a rabbit, trees, a ground scene. I think these are trees here, a mountain, and there's this awesome addition to accent the paper with paper on the mountain there. So we're going to be using this one today. So I'm going to set it aside right there. Also, right now, this bundle is an extra 10% off. It's usually 10% off for any bundles. But any bundle right now that are the dies and stamp set are not only just 10% off, but they're an extra 10% off the total. So you will get a total of 20% off. And this is the stamp set for In the Grove. This set has no sentiments in it. So the sentiments I'm using today are from Quiet Reflection. And this has a lot of sympathy, thinking of you type sentiments with it. It has some beautiful images too that have a watercolor look. First thing let's do is do our creation of this front piece right here. And we're going to do some blending. And I have a piece of basic white cardstock that is 5 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to, also I will have a project sheet for anyone that's interested. I'm waiting to finish it up today or tomorrow to have both of these cards on there and the measurements for you. So, and I will put a link in these posts so you can visit my blog and grab that project sheet. So I'm going to start at the very bottom of this base with some soft sea foam ink. And I've got a blending brush here. I'm just going to ink that up like that. I'm going to start off here so it's not too dark when on my surface that I want to add ink to. And we'll go one more. So start off on your scrap paper and then add your ink just like that. And now I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to use Balmy Blue. We're making the background for the scene for this card. And Balmy Blue is a nice light blue color. So I'm going to grab this blending brush right here. These brushes are great. They wash. They will be stained, but they're easy to wash and rinse them out and dry. They're a nice tool. This is a larger size, but there is also a smaller size too, which actually I like the smaller size better. I'm going to add a little more blue here. If you don't blend off first on your scrap paper, you get a dark, kind of a dark glob, kind of like that. So you want to be careful of that. All right, so we've got our Balmy Blue there. Now I'm going to go for Fresh Freesia. So we've got Soft Seafoam, Balmy Blue. This is Fresh Freesia. Same thing. And I want my mountains to be about here. So I want a blend of the blue and the fresh freesia there. I'm going to add a little more there. Okay, and now I'm going to come in with Boho Blue. So this is a darker blue. I want this at the top for my sky. See a spot. I add a little more right there. Okay. So Boho Blue. And see how dark that is? So you want to make sure you do that first on a piece of scrap paper. And I'm just coming in, going across that sky there. Okay, and now I want to add just a little bit of Fresh Freesia up here in this blue. And I'll show you why, because my inside piece has these colors in it. All right, so I'm just going to bring a little bit of that down into that blue. Like that. So that is done. So the colors again that I used are Soft Seafoam, Balmy Blue, Fresh Freesia, and Boho Blue. There's 4 different colors there. Okay, so now I'm gonna come in with my stamp from In the Grove stamp set. And I'm going to stamp some trees, pine trees. And there's this image here that's in the set. I'm going to start right here. And I'm using Lost Lagoon because I want a greenish blue to go kind of with what I'm doing here. And I'm going to just bring them down right there. And we'll pretend that this is a lake here. Say hi, tell me where you're from if you're watching right now. And I think I want a little more blue right here. I still have some blue on this blending brush. Okay, now let's stamp our mountains. And I'm using Gorgeous Grape for the mountain stamp. And I will have the list of the colors I used and the measurements in the project sheet. When you have a long stamp like this, it's better to just stamp it from the top. Like that. And I want to stamp this. I want the bottom of the mountains to be where the light blue is, going up into that fresh freesia color. So about like this. All right. So let's take this away and you can see that better. Isn't that pretty? Really fun to do. I love making scenes. And to think we started with a plain piece of basic white cardstock. This was 5 by 3 3/4 is the measurement on that. So I have another piece of basic white cardstock that is 5 1/4 by, or 5 by 4 1/4. No, sorry, 5 1/4 by 4. All right, and I'm going to layer that onto here just like this. And I am using I got a little glue glob there. I'm going to grab off that. This is the glue press from My Sweet Petunia. It's wonderful. It's easy to squeeze and get the glue out. The glue doesn't plug up because of the way the tips sits in the little stand. And it's available from My Sweet Petunia. And let's add a piece of ribbon around this. And I'm using that sheer ribbon with the silver edge on it. Scissors. Well, those weren't very sharp. All right, so we're doing our front right now, and I'll show you how to do the vertical tunnel next. Finally, the sun came out here. We're so thankful. It's been so dreary. It's like it was fall again. We had the heat on yesterday. All right, so I'm doing a bow. You don't have to do a bow. You don't even have to do the ribbon if you don't want to, but I think it adds a lot. Let's try this again. Loop. Here we go. Now we're going to go around the loop and tuck that other ribbon in through there. Okay, that's better. All right, and I am just going to add a mini glue dot to that to anchor that down. I'm going to add it right under that knot. Right here. Okay, so except for the sentiment, we have this front part of the card done. So I'm going to set that aside. So our card base is 8.5 by 5.5. I have a piece of boho blue here. And I've scored it at 4 1/4, or you can just fold it in half. And I've got a bone folder here somewhere. I'm going to give that a good crease. I'm going to crease it again this way, actually. So you want this to have a good fold in it. All right. For the center of this for our scene. I have a piece of Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. It is 6 inches this way, 5 inches this way, okay? And I'm going to put it right in the center of that card. So to find that center, I am going to fold this in half. Actually, I'm going to fold it the other way. And it's going to have to fold in the card anyways, so that's why I'm folding it. All right, so there's our center. And I'm just going to take my glue gun and add adhesive around the edges here. I'm going to put it, center it right inside my card, right along that score line there. I'm going to take this piece and add the adhesive. And get right along those edges good. Whoops. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to fold it down over that. I'll get the bone folder and press that down. If you're just popping on, I'm making a vertical tunnel card and I'm using the In the Grove bundle and the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. This is the center. My card base here is 8.5 by 5.5, and I have a piece that's 6 inches wide by 5 inches high. Now, I am using the Quiet Reflections stamp set because the In the Grove bundle does not have sentiments. And I've got a tag here, and I'm going to stamp this. This is from Unending Beauty, I think is the name of this set. This is God is Our Refuge and Strength, Psalm 46:1. This is a sympathy card. And I'm going to grab my Night of Navy ink. Oh, I think I brought it over here. I've got it here. Okay. I'm going to stamp this right on my sentiment piece. Now, because this is going to bend inside that, I'm going to score that in the middle or fold it in half. I think I'll just fold it in half. That's what I did on the other one. So it's going to fold this way. I'm matching up the ends before I crease it. I'm just going to take my bone folder and give it a good burnish there. Right? And you want to bring it down towards the center. Here on this card, I should have brought this down more. So you want it down towards the center of the card more. Okay, so I'm going to lay that right there. Close that up and see if that looks straight. Yep. Okay, so this is our center. Is the inside is this part is done. So I'm going to bring in a piece of, we're going to do the tunnel part now. This is 8 1/4 by 5 1/4, and it's basic white. I'm going to fold it in half and burnish that with that bone folder. I'm going to take this side and bend it back and line it up with this edge here. Just like that. And turn it over and do the same thing. I'm lining up this edge with this folded edge. And then press and make the crease. Okay. So this is the fold that we get. Looks like a W and or a Z, whichever. The way we're going to put it in the card is this is going to stick out. So this is going to be the front. You want the middle section sticking out there. I'm bringing in my Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, which by the way is 10% off right now through the end of June. And I'm going to move this up so you guys can see it. I'm going to set my cardstock on here, and so we want the center of this die to be in this, we want the to be centered over this fold. This is the middle. So that looks about right. I'm going to move it down just a little bit. And got a Post-it here. I'm going to hold it down with a Post-it. Looking at it from the other angle to make sure it's straight. Okay, that looks straight. And you can use Post-it tape. I have Post-it tape and I don't know what I did with it. I'm grabbing a plate. I forgot to get a new plate out. I've got some right here. You know how your plates get bent and out of shape, and when you do a lot of die cutting, you have to replace them kind of frequently. Okay, so this is going to go on here, and we're going to crank this through the machine. All right. So we'll take our die off there. There's a nice big centerpiece here. You can, I save those and do other die cutting with them. All right, so let's punch this out. These other smaller pieces you have here, you just have to take and punch out like that. I think I got all of the little pieces out. There's one. So you will notice that this die cut, here's where our fold was. It did come over the edges a little bit. And it looks like I could have gone a little bit this way more with it. I'm going to use it anyways. I'll get rid of my scrap pieces here. All right, so here's our center that we did, the card center. I'm going to bring that back in. And what we're going to do is, I want to see. Yeah, so it's going to go about like that. So we're going to add glue to this flap right here. And I'm going to take and I'm going to center this on this end with like just 1/4 of an inch going around all the edges. So that looks about right. Like that. Fold this down like this. And we're going to add adhesive to this flap right here. Don't go near your, don't put any on the branch where the branch die cuts are. Okay. Do a little bit there, and we're going to fold this down like that. And I'm just going to press that and hold it for a minute. All right, so there is the inside of our card. Isn't that pretty? So let's add our front piece here. And I'm just going to add adhesive to the back of our scene that we created. This would be you could do a Father's Day card with this as well, or birthday or anything. I just thought I need sympathy cards. And I thought, oh, I'll just do a sympathy card. All right, and so let's bring in, let's do a little sentiment. Here's a die cut circle from the Stylish Shapes dies. And I'm using Night of Navy ink. And I'm using the sentiment, you're on my mind. And you could stamp on the inside, if it's sympathy, you could stamp thinking of you with love and sympathy or whatever you had on hand. We'll add some dimensionals to the back of this. Take them off. Okay, so I'm going to add this right here on my mind. And then on the inside, when you open that, it says the verse, God is our refuge and strength, Psalm 46:1. And then you have lots of room to write. You could add even some designer series paper there if you wanted to. You could even stamp something. You've got lots of room to do whatever you want. So I will have the PDF tutorial for both of these together. They'll be on the same tutorial. Or it's not a tutorial, actually it's a project sheet because the video would be the tutorial. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Take care now.